There was a beggar at the railway station of a city. He used to fill his stomach by begging from the passengers sitting in the trains coming and going. One day while he was begging, he saw a tall man wearing a suit and he thought, "This person seems very rich. If I beg from him, he will surely give me good money." He started begging from the tall man. Seeing the beggar, the tall man said, "You always keep begging. Do you ever give anything to anybody?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am a beggar. I always ask people for things. I do not have the status to give anything to anyone." The tall man said, "When you cannot give anything to anyone, then you do not have any right to ask for it. I am a businessman, and I believe only in transactions. If you have something to give me, only then can I give you something in return." After saying this, the tall man boarded the train and left. Meanwhile, the beggar started thinking about what the man had said. The tall man's words got deeply embedded in the beggar's heart. He sat down thinking, "Perhaps I do not get much money in alms because I am not able to give anything to anyone in return. But I am a beggar, and I am not worthy of giving anything to anyone. For how long will I keep begging without giving anything to people?" After a lot of thinking, the beggar decided that whoever gave him alms, he would give them something in return. However, the question running in his mind was, if I am a beggar, then what can I give to others in return for alms? For 2 days he kept thinking about this, but could not find an answer. On the third day, when he was sitting near the station, his eyes fell on some flowers blooming on the plants around the station. He thought, why not give some flowers to people in return for alms? He liked the idea and plucked some flowers. Now when he went to beg, he would give flowers in return to those who gave him alms. People were happy and kept those flowers with them. Every day, the beggar would pluck flowers and distribute them in exchange for alms. In a few days, he realized that he was earning more than before. People started giving him more alms as long as he had flowers. But when the flowers ran out, the alms stopped. One day, while begging, the beggar saw the same tall man sitting in the train, the one who had inspired him to give flowers in exchange for alms. He immediately approached the man and said, "Today, I have some flowers to give you. If you give me alms, I will give you flowers in return." The tall man gave him some money, and the beggar gave him some flowers. The tall man liked the idea very much. He said, "Wow, what a wonderful thing. Today, you have also become a businessman like me." Saying this, the tall man took the flowers and got down at his station. Once again, the tall man's words entered the beggar's heart. He kept repeating them. He started thinking about what the man had said and became very happy. His eyes began to shine. He felt that now he had the key to success, a way to change his life. He immediately got down from the train and excitedly said, looking up at the sky, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can also become rich." People saw him and thought, maybe this beggar has gone mad. From the next day onwards, the beggar was never seen again at the station. 6 months later, 2 men in suits were traveling at the same station. One of them said to the other, "Did you recognize me?" The second man replied, "No, I don't think we've met before." The first man said, "No. Remember, we are meeting for the third time." The second man was confused and said, "I don't remember when we met the first 2 times." The first man smiled and said, "We have met twice before on this very train. I am the same beggar you spoke to the first time, telling me what I should do in life. And the second time, you told me who I really am." The other man smiled in surprise and said, "Oh, I remember now. You're the beggar I once refused to give alms to, and the second time I bought some flowers from you. But where are you going today, dressed like this, and what are you doing these days?" The first man replied, "Yes, I am the same beggar, but today I am a successful flower trader. I am going to another city for business." After a pause, he continued, "In our first meeting, you told me about the law of nature, that we only get something when we give something. This rule of transaction truly works. I have realized this, but I always saw myself as a beggar. I never thought of rising above that. When I met you for the second time, you told me I had become a businessman. That's when I understood that I had actually become a businessman, not a beggar." He added, "I understood why people were giving me alms. It wasn't charity. They were paying for the flowers. Everyone was buying my flowers because they were cheap. I was a small businessman in their eyes, but I was a beggar in my own eyes. After you told me that, I began to understand I was a businessman. I used the money I collected from selling flowers to buy more, and eventually, I became a successful flower merchant." The 2 businessmen smiled and got down together at the station, discussing their businesses. Friends, we can learn a lot from this story. The tall businessman in the story knew the law of give and take very well. All the great businessmen of the world understand this rule. By following this rule, they have become successful. The beggar adopted this natural rule, and its effect became visible in his life. He changed his thinking, and his life changed. This story teaches us that if we change our thinking, we can achieve anything. If we always see ourselves as small, we will remain small. To become great, we must change our mindset and think big. The essence of this story is that success is hidden in your thinking. Awaken your self-esteem, broaden your thoughts, and watch how you reach the heights of success.